Hey everyone, it's Path. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different, maybe a little bit confusing and distracting, but I think it's the best way I can think of to do this. Recently, there are more and more people who are talking about, because of the very high prices of products and the lack of products we can find out there are actually many content creators who say that, the kids have problem finding packs and they can't buy anything. How is the hobby is going to continue doing well in the future? But I have something else to say, because I have two kids of myself, and of course we open packs. As you can see on the right, it's actually the Inferno X, the latest one in Japan. I have said that I was definitely going to open that box, because I know I wanted to hopefully let my kids open up the Charizard, which I'm very sure they'll be happy if they get it. But you will see in the video whether we get it or not. I'll let it run. But on the other hand, I also just want to take these few minutes. The opening is, I think, 2.5 times speed, so it's going to be a little fast. I just want to tell you, I really don't agree with many people when they say that, the kids can't afford it and things like that. I know it is expensive, but to use the kids as a reason and to justify why is it that the product cannot be that expensive, I think is a little bit overstated. The reason is because if you look at how much money the children are getting, I'm also going to show in the US what's the average allowance weekly for the kids nationwide. But I just going to start with Singapore based ones first. The first one I want to talk about is like secondary school children. Most of them get about an average of $9. Some of them are as much as $15. It really depends on the lifestyle and how much time they spend outside. But you will see that here, this one is from Straits Times, this article, so it's definitely basically the Singapore news agency. So definitely it is quite reputable, I'll say. So most of the money that they get in a day is spent on recess, so 90% on recess. Then some of them is after school, and some on transport. So overall you probably can save, let's say if you save like 10%, 5%, that's like $1 a day if they really save the money. And of course here it also says that they have been increasing the allowance and things like that. If you're interested in looking at primary school, allowance is even less, so average of $4 a day, especially if they spend money outside, they have to buy things outside. But generally they don't. In Singapore, most of the the food they buy is during recess in school. So as for my own kids, with my kids, I think it's probably similar to this. But I also want to talk about in the US. This one is in the US based on last year's result average allowance. This is from an app, Green Light. They actually have that, and this is their data. Of course, it's not 100% correct, but I think at least we have probably will be pretty close. This is a weekly allowance. So in a week, the kids, especially those above 12 years old, we are comparing to secondary school kids in Singapore, 13 to 18 years old, 17 years old, so it's $10 to $20. I think it's comparable. So this is the amount of money we are talking about. So they probably will be spending similar to what the Singaporean kids are spending on, food mostly, and transport if they have to, and maybe also buy something else outside, mostly food, I think, the necessity. So here, the next thing I want to talk about is we are talking about packs that the children could not afford. So now let's talk about the booster packs, which is I think is definitely the cheapest thing that they can get when it comes to TCG, and this is just one pack. In the US is $4.49. This is MSRP. So if you go into a shop, they sell it at retail, is $4.49. And in Singapore it's $6.90. This is Lazada page, Pokémon Center Singapore. $6.90 is the MSRP in Singapore. So now if we take this amount and we compare to how much the kids are given as an allowance. Oh yeah, my kid pull a pip up. They are very happy about it. And yeah, so $9 a day, and in a week, if they save really $1 every single day in a week, probably they can afford one pack of this if they can find it. Now let's talk about this. How much impact do we think a week if the kids can buy one pack, and how much impact does it have to the hobby at all, and you know, to really bring the hobby up and help the hobby survive. I honestly don't think it helps that much. In fact, actually, when it comes to buying things like this for with the children, I would say that most of the time the parents are the one who are actually spending the money. Let me just go full screen on the video. It's coming to an end. So I honestly think that most of the spending money all come from parents. Even the allowance the kids are having, they are all coming from the parents. Am I right? So when I hear content creators saying that, oh, and you know, the kids couldn't buy the packs, couldn't get the packs, in the back of my mind, I'm always thinking about I don't think it's really about the kids. It's more about the parents. Whether we can find ways to get the packs, or whether I do not want to sound very negative in the way that to say that we should save up more money to buy these packs and things like that. Case in point, like this Inferno X box, I know in the open market is selling for about 100 USD, but this one I actually got through a lottery in Japan, so it's like a 5,400 yen, so it's like I don't know, 36 USD, and close to 50 Singapore dollar. So of course, yeah, I have to ship it here, and but that's honestly not that much if you compare to the open market price. So using this as a reference, so I was thinking when my kids were opening this, how much truth is there when we talk about children couldn't get any packs to open. So it's more about if you really want to get some packs to open, whether it's for yourself or for your children. In this case, you can see that in the video, if you actually were not distracted enough by what I'm talking about, all the 30 packs in this box were all opened by my kids. I think I find more joy watching them opening it. I mean, I enjoy opening it as well, but compared to the joy that will bring to my kids, I think definitely they'll have a lot more joy. With the same amount of money paid to buy this box, I'd rather get more joy among us. And so I'll let my kids open. Usually I'll watch them and I will help them open the pack. Sometimes my younger ones sometimes still struggle with the packs, and I'll have them sleeve the cards and things like that. I think that is part of the joy of this hobby. It's about learning about the Pokemon, learning about what they do. So it's not so much just about the value, but it's also the joy that actually bring the family together. So I understand that it's getting expensive, but my message in this video is that there are ways to get them at a more affordable price, and we just have to find it. So in this case, if you are able to buy it from Pokemon Center Japan, I've made many videos talking about that. Even if it is loose packed, you could have gotten them at very close to MSRP right now. If you log on to Pokemon Center Japan, there are still 5 different loose packs that are being on sale over there at MSRP, and if you convert to your whatever currency you're at, that's like 190 yen per pack. So in Singapore, that will translate to $1.70 or $1.60, about $1.30 USD. So it's very affordable. Even with if you buy enough and you ship them together, it doesn't add too much to the cost, and definitely is still going to be a lot more affordable than buying from the open market. So I would hope that more people think about ways to find these things in a more affordable way, rather than just talking about it, complaining about it. We can slow down, we can stop buying, that's all well and fine. But I don't think it helps if you just go around and complain to everybody. Things are getting so expensive, being all negative about it. Yeah, so I hope this video, I wanted it to be a little bit more positive, but unfortunately ended up being a little bit negative as well. So I apologize for that. So if you have any comments or things you think you don't agree with, or things that you agree with, you can leave it in the comment. Leave a like and subscribe. Alright, I'll see you in the next one.